it played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music too young. And it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Hey viewers, it's James Kalm, your half-assed reporter, and it's a Wednesday on the Lower East Side. We're on Orchard Street. We're gonna stop in for a pop-up show at 32 Orchard Street, and the title of the show is Think in Pictures. Let's take a walk. I think this is by the gentleman who curated a lot of this, John Newsom. This is Anatomy of the Wind by John Newsom. Oil on canvas, 96 by 90 inches. Well, I was just downstairs talking to Matt Dillon and Don Baechler. There's Don Baechler and Matt Dillon. And Matt said he was in Berlin, and someone came up with the idea of having a show, and they said, let's hook John Newsom into this and get him to curate stuff. This is a group of works on paper by Norbert Fischer. Okay, so these all look like they're from pages of a ledger or antique books, something like that. Jacques Villeglé. This is a pretty amazing piece. Jacques was one of the affichists, one of the porn poster artists from Paris back in the late 40s, early 50s. We may not get all of these. We're going to try to get what we can. By Kevin Baker. Titled, It is Acrylic, Flash of Latex, Gloves, Bandages, Paper, Foam, Gold, and Brass Screws on Canvas. That's 42 by 42. This is another piece by an artist with a great name. This is Andy Hope. Self-portrait. Acrylic and lacquer on canvas. 120 by 100 centimeters. Jack Pearson. This is metal. They got this priced at 175 grand. This is titled Four Humors. Mixed media on wood panel, 48 by 60. This is by Jason Neustadt. By Sarah Berman. Oil on linen. It's titled Bolster. So I was looking at a couple of other pieces by Sarah, and one of her trademarks is the rumpled stretching job. Kind of like that. Marion Fink. Fiji Dream in 2018. Monotype, oil color, and wax pastel on paper. That is an awful large monoprint. 2 by 60 inches. Oh, Wendy White. I just saw Wendy. She was running out the door. More Power 2019 inkjet and acrylic on canvas. Well, I've remarked in the last year or two that a lot of artists are getting into using digital prints and various kinds of mechanical reproductions to lay out their grounds on which they then paint. It's got more power, 55 by 40. America by Daniel Davidson, acrylic on canvas, 96 by 72. By Don Baechler, large green cone, 2018, acrylic and fabric collage on canvas, 96 by 50 inches. Well, I've probably known Don for about, well, oh gee, there's a portrait of him right there. I don't know, 35 years, something like that. And I think we've covered at least a couple of his shows at Chime and Reed. Actually, I kind of like the palette Don has limited it down to for this one. Stones, pigment ink on canvas with acrylic paint. Okay, this goes to what I was just talking about with the digital prints. And we've got our blown up stippled photograph and a nice slab of blue paint. Kind of makes me think of the opening scene of 2001 of Space Odyssey, except rather than the black monolith, we've got a wedge of Klein blue. Okay, this is an interesting piece. It's by Dusty Studio. So this is a 1940s telephone booth. And then Dusty has done a series of animations based on stories that people leave on an answering machine at the other end of this telephone line. It says he's already got 100 animated videos, and he asked me if I would pick up the phone and make a call and tell him a story. I don't know. I think the NSA is already doing that for me. I like this piece. Wataro Watts. Untitled 2009 all on canvas 46 by 35. Looks like he's got a little collage in there as well. This is the selection of work that's done by Matt Dillon. I actually told him I thought this was a pretty strong piece. It's untitled. 2019 acrylic and mixed media on paper. On paper. Untitled. Corey 2019 acrylic and ink and flash on paper. Our Sarah 2019 acrylic and collage and gouache on paper 16 by 24. It's kind of rugged. Let's see what's happening downstairs. Photo ops. Okay, this is a piece by Terra Brandt. I think we saw her earlier. Mixed media, 20 by 34. Kind of makes me think of Della Robbia. This is Sarah Sweeney. I just met Sarah's sister. This is titled Bat with Apples, 2019 acrylic and oil on cotton velvet, 24 by 30. It's a group of paintings by Sam Borstein. These are oil, airbrush, and acrylic on panel. It's titled Horse Fabricators. This is the family. Sam's got a pretty nice touch. Effigy makers. This is oil screen print, airbrush, and acrylic on linen. 20 by 24. Got a series of drawings by Miranda Laprella. It's titled Network Field. Raw canvas, chalk pastel, chalk color pencils. Stop, think, do. Everyone has something to say. What will you do? Okay. It's a group of works by Paula Camps. It's ink on canvas. I would say this one is probably about 20 by 16 inches.
And she was always wanting to and really travel alternate way
Short cover. I would say this is about 8 by 6 inches. Maybe 10 by 6. I don't have the title for this one. Okay, so we've got kind of a transparent muslin laying over a layer of other fabric.
Remember him back in the day? He's friends with
Hey, this is a funny piece by Nemo Librizzi. Anatomy is Destiny. Oil on found sign.
Very clever, very smart with the distribution. He then himself his own stiftung, how do you say, like his foundation. It's very close to where I'm from.
This piece has kind of an outsidery feel. It's by Eric Wiley. The place, the nothing, the light. Oil on canvas, 38 by 28 inches.
But I have a in timeout.
This is Robert Medvedez. Makeup. Ace of Swords 2019 acrylic on canvas. Well, I was looking at this and thinking that it looked like a silkscreen or maybe some other kind of mechanical reproduced things, but I don't know, I was thinking as I look closer that there's a lot of handwork in here. And Robert is quite a technician. We got a couple of works on paper by Joseph Zekhoff. Sol Invictus 2019, ink and pastel on paper. An Ona title, ink and pastel on paper. So this is part of the German delegation. Marcel Haupauf. The only caption they have on this is sold. We've got 3 pieces here by André Butzers. I think he was also maybe involved in helping to organize some of the German end of this show. Again, they don't have any titles, dimensions, medium, or anything else. So I would say that these are probably about 14 by 20 inches, something like that. 14, maybe 12 by 18. Looks like acrylic and spray paint. Graphite on paper. Got a suite of pieces here by Carl H. Hodecke. And boy, I was talking to the guys, John and his friends, when they were installing the show, and they mentioned they had some Hodeckes, and I said, gee, I haven't seen anything by him in years. I think Hodecke was one of the harbingers, along with George Baselitz, of the Neue Wilden painters, the new foes, or the new beasts. This was the German end of the trance avant-garde. This piece is Flaken over der Brandenburg Tor. Rocken. I guess that would mean rockets. Maybe this is the celebrations when the wall came down. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we see that, the hammer and sickle in the dustbin, or the dustpan of history, 8990. Interesting. Andrea Schmitten. Okay, this is instructions on how to use a X-Acto knife.
It's pretty told and done.
Cosmo vinyl. So these pieces by Cosmo are mixed media on board. I would say that they're probably 12 by 8 inches. From 2013. West Ham, Hull City, 30 tigers torn up. Kuna Martins. This looks like graphite on cardboard. 24 by 18 inches. Dash Snow, untitled. Collage 10 3/4 by 8.5 inches. Oh gosh, we've got a Malcolm Morley print here. It's an artist proof. Okay, and I don't know what the title of this is, but it looks like it's a lithograph. It'll be about 32 by 44 inches, something like that.
It's a long opening.
This is by Torben Gierer. And I don't have a list of the dimensions, title, or materials, but I would say that it looks like
Sorry, brother.
acrylic on canvas. 42 by 36 inches, something like that. We're going to wrap up looking at this piece. Double Red by Daniel Mendel Black. Well, Daniel's got a great name. I was actually kind of looking at this piece and thinking, I like it. It's kind of boiled down, formalistic. Basically, you've got your two red stripes here, and then you've got a kind of group of these slashing strokes that kind of emphatically reintroduce the paw, the hand. This is oil stick on linen on wood panel. James Kalm reporting on Thinking in Pictures here on Orchard Street. You can like this, share, subscribe, and you can leave your thoughts, ideas, comments, criticisms, and reviews below. We just ask you to say thank you, Kate. That was beautiful. Thank you. What's your name?
Trinidad Lara.
Trinidad and
Lara, L-A-R-A. Lara.
okay, thank you, Trinidad.